I'm sure you guys felt this before. The feeling of missing someone. I know it's hard to avoid when you have a breakup. This is quite relevant to me because I'm going through a divorce right now. But that's nor here or there. We'll save that for a different video. What is the definition of missing someone? I have 3 great Instagram posts that I've saved when I was kind of just sulking in my misery in the past few months. So I've saved it. I hope it gives you guys some insight on how missing someone is a little more bearable and a little more optimistic moving forward. So without further ado, let's check it out.
Hey, did you know that you can still miss them and choose peace at the same time? It's a beautiful thing because there's nothing wrong with you for missing them. Like, you're human. That's normal. And you were left with a hard decision and you had to choose peace. You had to choose you. You had to choose the unknown and something else. But that doesn't mean you're not gonna miss them. So it's okay. It's okay to move on and miss them at the same time. You have the ability to do that. And I just wanna say, I'm proud of you. And you're gonna figure this out. And it's gonna be A-okay. I'm rooting for you.
So first and foremost, I think after a terrible breakup or a terrible divorce, I think it's important to recognize that you are hurt and you are going through an emotional state of change. It came to you as a shock or something that you've been expecting already. Nobody really is prepared for this. So I think it's important to acknowledge that you are hurting and then you are also giving yourself that chance to change, to heal, and to give yourself an opportunity to basically reconstruct your routines, your mindset, and also your relationship with that other person or even with other people in general. For me, in the past few months, I've really been getting more closer to my family, to friends that are really, I've kind of kept away since my marriage, but also giving myself an opportunity to meet new people and to reconstruct myself in a positive way, which is very important. But I can only do this if I know for a fact that I am changing and I'm transforming. And there's no right or wrong. Knowing the fact that you're going through these changes is the first step.
I think obsession is only able to happen when someone is unavailable to us. Because if someone is truly with you, physically, emotionally, and intellectually, then there is no room for the obsession to come in. So, if you're obsessed with someone, you're probably obsessed with that space in between. Realistically, you probably know only about 10% of who that person truly is, and then you fill in the rest. And it's that 90% that you're actually obsessed with. You're obsessed with the version of the person that you've created in your mind because you're not able to get to know them in reality. You long for someone that does not exist. And perhaps you don't even really want them. Perhaps you simply want them to want you. Notice how the obsession fades away once you get that person. That's because you're not obsessed with them, but rather with the space, the gap, that emptiness, which is only a reflection of the emptiness, incompleteness, and disconnect within yourself.
So Philosopher redefines the definition of missing someone. It's kind of a borderline, in my opinion, obsession and missing someone. Yes, the relationship didn't work out. Yes, you're still lingering in the thought of you guys being together. This particular post defines that the space between your feelings towards this person and the person itself is kind of a big gap. of fantasy that you fill in because you wanted to make things work out. It's not reality, to be quite frank. And it's normal. It's normal to have these feelings. It's normal to have these thoughts. It's normal to have these aspirations, dreams, goals, couple goals, as you want to call it. It's borderline obsession, and it's okay. The fact that you can recognize these, the fact that you can put this in the forefront, something that you should recognize to flip it, and instead of that fantasy towards this other person, it's towards you now. Manifest. Think it, say it, speak it, manifest that it's all for you now. It might be hard to realize or see the fact that you need help at this point, but coming from an outside person looking in, you might want to take a second gander if you're seeing things objectively or subjectively.
It's actually kind of okay to miss somebody.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Elmo always feels really sad when he misses somebody.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. But you know, that sadness, it's kind of a gift. It's kind of a lovely thing to feel. Because it means you really loved somebody when you miss them. It makes me feel close to her when I miss her. In a strange way. When I miss her, I remember the cuddles I used to get from her. I remember it's because she made me so happy. So I'm happy to have all the memories, so I can celebrate her and I can miss her at the same time. You know, I just miss her a lot.
So this video by Hope Echoes, which is a repurposed video by Andrew Garfield from Sesame Street, is really something that really hits home. When you think about missing someone, or the word miss is always have a negative connotation. This monologue that Andrew Garfield made is very authentic. It's different in a way that you've changed basically the definition of missing someone. It's more than just a relationship that you've given to the table. It's giving yourself a chance to savor these moments and honor them. Telling yourself that, hey, you've given your all. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you have some guilt, resentment. Now that you've acknowledged these, it's okay to still miss them. Maybe you can move forward for the next relationship and definitely learn your lessons by then. In spite of everything that has happened, you've given your best. Give yourself a lot of credit and boost your confidence if you can. What is that noise? I hope these posts give you guys some enlightenment. Don't forget that you're normal. Hopefully by this time, you got a different perspective of how you can change things for yourself. Step back and, hey, you got to take care of you too. If you could comment some of your favorite Instagram posts, story, or TikTok, something that can help this community out if you're going through a depressed state. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next.